Welcome back in. This segment of our program is brought to you by Parkside Cabin Rentals. Folks, if you're looking for a cozy cabin for two in the Gatlinburg area, go through the pros, Parkside Cabin Rentals. And if you're looking for a cabin big enough for a dozen or more friends, once again, Parkside Cabin Rentals. The best options in all Sevier County. Go through Parkside Cabin Rentals. Check out their website. You can see all their layouts right there. And trust me, they have dozens of them. Parkside Cabin Rentals. All right, I want to welcome in the final two members of today's panel. We have right here from The Athletic, David Ubben, and from WNML 99.1, we have right there Vince Ferrara. Thanks, gentlemen, for being here.
Appreciate it.
As I mentioned as we were going to break, I was going to do a segment last week, and I thought, well, let's just wait till the season's over. And we did see more top 25s come out this week, and I've seen Tennessee ranked anywhere from 19th to 25th. Jimmy, I think you said you found them in 6 different top 25s. Yeah. They're in a lot of them, so I was prepared to do a segment on, is it too much too soon? You know, they've got a tough schedule. We'll get into that in a second. But then I've seen everyone else saying, wait a second, how come we're not in every top 25? Why is Tennessee not getting more love? So I'll ask the three of you, is Tennessee getting too much love too soon, or is Tennessee not getting enough love in terms of next year? You're the far man on the geographically, so I'll start with you. Go ahead.
I think it's pretty much right on the money. I mean, I think they're about.
Well, that's no fun.
Yeah, but it's a reality. Now, compared to the fans, I think the fans look at it as a 9-3 type of team. If you're 9-3, you're going to be higher up in the rankings than at the bottom of the top 25. But I think you're looking at them about an 8-4 team, lots to replace. But then you have some very encouraging things with that offensive line looking as strong as it is, and then Garantano back as an experienced second year with the same system. So there's things, guys, you have to replace, but there's plenty of positives with this team. Another year with Jeremy Pruitt, but I think on the edge of the top 25 is where they should be.
Yeah, I mean, I think these early season top 25s are more of a power poll than I think people aren't looking at the schedule. If you put Tennessee and you gave them the schedule Clemson played this year, you could talk me into 9-10 wins maybe. But you look at what Tennessee's got this fall, they're going to be doing fine to win 8, I think. And so, as far as will they be there, I think if you looked at just pure rosters, Tennessee's probably a fringe top 20 team. So I'd say it's about right. Not to straddle the fence with Vince over here, but I think it's a fair assessment, somewhere in that range.
It's boring, but I agree with these two. Jimmy, where are you?
Well, I'm going to be boring again. No, I think it's about where it should be. Here's the thing that I looked at, too. So a lot of people consider, how'd you finish the season? Well, Tennessee won 6 in a row and they won a bowl game. There's only one other Power 5 team that has a longer winning streak than Tennessee, and that's LSU. Also, I looked at how many 4-loss teams, because I think Tennessee's 8-4. How many 4-loss teams were ranked in the Final AP poll? 4. So you can be 8-4 and be ranked. So I think they got them about right, and I do think Tennessee will have they've got a lot coming back on offense, a lot coming back on defense.
And especially if you just go by the chalk, let's say their 4 losses are who we think they would be to. Yeah. Then you're more likely to be in the top 25 because people are going to look at it and say, well, good grief, the only teams they lost to were. And on that note, let me show you this. Caesars Palace put out their title odds for this year. And again, this is very much influenced by what they think the betting public is thinking this offseason. So the big names are going to be up there. But of their top 8 schools in terms of best odds to win the national championship next year, 4 of them are on the Vol schedule. That's not easy. So in terms of other teams you'll be battling to get into the top 25 against, there aren't a lot that are going to have 4 of those 8 on their docket. So that's pretty tough.
Yeah, I think Auburn lost 5 games, but they were still ranked pretty high because most of those losses were to highly ranked teams.
They also pulled the upset over Alabama, which gave them a
lot of street cred.
Yeah, and if Tennessee can pull an upset over one of those 4, okay, then you may be talking top 15 or higher.
Bad time for that road game at Oklahoma for Tennessee. Yeah. You want to play those games eventually in big picture if Tennessee is the program that they believe they are, but in a year where you're just trying to take another step before you're really set to do some things, at Oklahoma, when you already have Alabama and Georgia every single year, not the best year for that game.
I still like it. It didn't work out in terms of timing.
Yeah.
I would still rather see a team challenge itself and play those games than play a year where it's BYU, who did beat them at home, but BYU, Pitt, that kind of stuff. That shouldn't be your top 10.
But it looks a little bit better now than it did at the beginning of last year when you looked ahead to next year's schedule. So.
That's true. All right, when we come back, whose stock is rising, whose stock is falling, and where is Tennessee's stock? We're going to do this over 2 segments here. SEC football over the next 5 years. If we are buying a stock or selling a stock, we were looking only at the return on investment for over these 5 years. Where's Tennessee stack up? We'll discuss that next. Come on back.